Lisa and welcome back to What the Bake. This week I wanted to make a fun cake, so I decided to take a basic vanilla cake and turn it into a llama cake. Without further ado, let's get baking. We're first going to start with our vanilla cake. In a large mixing bowl, we're going to cream our butter until it is light and fluffy. Then we can add our castor sugar. Mix well. To make sure that all our ingredients are mixed well, we are going to add the eggs one by one. Next, we're going to add self-raising flour and a little bit of salt, vanilla, and our milk. Mix until all the ingredients are well combined. I decided to divide my batter into 3 cake pans to make sure that our cake bakes evenly and a little bit faster. Prepare your baking pan with a little bit of baking spray and baking paper. Bake our cake for 25 to 30 minutes at 150 degrees Celsius. Next, we can move on to the fondant decorations. A nice trick that I picked up along the way is to put our fondant in a Ziploc bag and then add the food coloring. And that will actually help my hands to stay safe. So in a Ziploc bag, you can add your fondant and food coloring. We're going to start off with black. Massage the food coloring until it is mixed evenly. And then we can do the same with the blue. We're going to start by making our llama's cool sunglasses. We can first roll out our blue fondant. A nice trick is to add a little bit of icing sugar. This will help that our fondant doesn't stick to the surface or our rolling pin. And then I'm going to use a template of the sunglasses to cut out my shape. Next, we can roll out the black fondant and cut out our lenses. To get rid of the excess icing sugar, we're going to paint a little bit of water over our sunglasses to make it nice and smooth. This will also act as the glue to stick the 2 fondant pieces together. Then we can add our sunglass lenses and make sure that they stick properly. Again, go over with a little bit of water to just get rid of all the extra icing. And then lastly, to give our sunglasses a little bit of a 3D effect, we're going to add a little bit of shine. Now we can move on to our llama face. We're going to cut out our llama mouth and lip area. You can quickly smooth over any imperfections. Let's make our llama nose. Our last little bit of fondant work is our llama ears. Again, I'm going to use a template to cut out the shape. To make sure that we can actually stick our llama ears on top of our cake, we're going to add a skewer or a popsicle stick. Fondant does take a couple of hours to really harden and set. So for your best result, make your fondant decorations the day before. We can now move on to our buttercream icing. In a large mixing bowl, we're going to beat our butter until it becomes light and fluffy. Then we can add half of our icing sugar and mix well. When your ingredients ingredients are well combined, we can add the rest of the icing sugar, vanilla, and a little bit of milk. Mix well. We can now move on to assemble our cake. On a cake board, you can add a dollop of your buttercream icing and then start stacking your cake. We're going to fill our cake with our delicious buttercream icing. This part's totally optional, but I like to smooth over the icing with my offset spatula. And then just keep stacking. For a crumb coat, I'm going to add a little bit of extra icing just to make sure that we can capture all the crumbs. Smooth over with an offset spatula and then finish it off with your cake scraper. Set in the fridge for about 20 minutes. Then we can move on to our final coat of buttercream icing. Smooth over with an offset spatula and then use your cake scraper to finish it off. To make our llama fur, we're going to use piping nozzles to create the different effects. I think it looks best if you use 2 or more piping nozzles. Start off with one piping nozzle and then you can fill the gaps with your other piping nozzle to create a nice three-dimensional effect. I chose to leave a little space open in the middle to make it easier to stick our llama's nose and mouth. You can carefully add your llama's nose and mouth. Because the buttercream is still a little bit wet, it'll be easier to stick your fondant. Then we can add our cool llama glasses. Finish it off with a fun party hat and our llama ears. And there you guys have it, my fun party llama cake. If you guys like this video, remember to give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. Have fun baking!